Hey everybody, it's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies, and I'm glad you are here to join me for part 2 of my mental health and diamond art series. It is currently Wednesday evening. This will go up on Sunday. I'm filming it early because I am having, I don't want to say emergency surgery tomorrow, but I went and saw my surgeon regarding my hand yesterday, and they informed me that they wanted to go in and do exploratory surgery Thursday, meaning tomorrow. So I don't know what kind of condition I'm going to be in for the next few days. So I have pre-recorded a whole bunch of videos to be able to put up for next week. And I wanted to make sure that this series part 2 got put up. I am going to be honest and tell you that I did film this part 2 earlier today, and I have decided to delete it and redo it. It was a very hard discussion for me, and I think I got a little too personal, a little too vulnerable, and it was not sitting well with me mentally at this moment in time. So I've decided to refilm it and scale it back a little bit. So I hope you all understand and are not upset with that fact. Funny thing is that video was me. I was kitting up this kit while I was talking. So obviously it's been kitted up now, and I am working away on it. Just so you can see what I'm working on. It's Valentine Spaniel by Marilyn Cazenave, I think. It is one of the DAC Diamond Art Club Amazon exclusive kits. It's a little snack. It's 13 by 13 inches, round diamonds, but I just thought it was absolutely adorable, and I needed something cute and bright and shiny in my life right now. So that's what I went with for this. So I've completed this section here, and now I'm working on this larger section here. So I will go over everything I'm using here real quickly. I am kitted up into Bella Art Diamond, Bella Art de Nicole trays. So all kitted up into those. So I used 1 max, 2 3 divider, 5 little small trays, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 large trays. I had actually kitted up into Elizabeth Ward, but I was having too much difficulty keeping the lid open and pouring the diamonds from a regular tray. And I know that I'm only going to be able to use one hand for anything for the next few days. So I tore it all down and re-kitted up into some Bella trays. I'm using Strawberry Shortcake Randa's Crafty Corner Scented Putty in my multi-placer. And I am using Berry Bewitching by Patty Wax in my single placer. I'm using my pen from Jim's Handmade Pen Shop. It's got the 8 placer from Diamond Art Club thin, and then this came with the pen from Jim's Hand Shop. I have my brand new resin Bella tray, which is so gorgeous. This tray is so absolutely beautiful. I can barely stand it. The magnet is melted into the resin so that my little trash minder pitcher fits perfectly on top of it. The washi I used is just a Valentine plaid that I got off of Amazon, so nothing special. And then my cover minders, I'm using this little heart one again that I got as a freebie from somewhere. And then I'm using my Dog Mom cover minder. This is a resin cover minder from Bella Art de Nicole as well, that I bought a while ago. There we go. So, oh, and I'm drinking out of my Gnome Valentine tumbler, stainless steel tumbler from Jenny Rose Designs. I love her tumblers, and this is just so cute. It's unbelievable. I mean, look at the little birdies. I mean, it's just absolutely precious. But that's how I'm hydrating. So once again, I'm going to give my disclaimer. I am not a mental health professional. Anything that I talk about in here is based off of my personal experiences, is my journey, not yours. Please do not take anything I say as any type of absolution or, well, Heather said that I should do XYZ, because that's not the case. The feedback has been very positive about this series, which I am very grateful for. I've actually had some people reach out and ask if I could explain some things. So we're going to kind of start with that. The first thing that was talked about me explaining is what triggers are. Triggers are when there are certain criteria that when certain things happen, your body reacts mentally in a certain way. It can set you off. It can make you cry, can make you laugh. It can cause all sorts of an emotional response. I have 3 very distinct things that trigger me. Being abandoned, being left alone, having people walk out on me, having people shut me out, whether it's abandoning me emotionally or mentally or physically. People being intoxicated, the smell of alcohol is a trigger for me on somebody's breath when they are being hostile. Not just in general. I mean, I partake in a good margarita every now and then. But if that person is being hostile toward me and there is alcohol on their breath, that intensifies my emotional response. Name calling. Being called names. That's another big trigger for me. In my last Whip-In Chat, or in the last, not Whip-In Chat, I'm sorry, in the last mental health series, I guess I talked about being triggered over the Christmas holidays, and someone asked me to expand upon that. What happened was that I am a planner. I like to know what's going to happen. I don't like surprises. I don't do well with sudden change. It takes me a while to come around to changes. I do not respond or react very well. I like status quo for the most part. For over a month, I had been conversing with both of my children, my 2 youngest children, repeatedly about how things were being divided up over the Christmas holiday with their father, where they were going to be and when, essentially. My daughter arrived home from school. My son was already here. And she sits down and says, okay, there's been a change. in plans. What do you mean there's been a change in plans? I just talked to you 2 hours ago. How do things change in 2 hours? And turns out that the plans had changed, that they were going to be at their father's on days that they were not supposed to be, that they were supposed to be here. So whereas the vacation was kind of split 50-50, my time was kind of broken up as opposed to his time being kind of in a row. Now it was being divided up even more. Keep in mind, I was having surgery the Wednesday after Christmas. So whereas I expected Emily was supposed to be here to help the day before, the day of, the Thursday after, and the Friday after, and then would be going to her dad's on Saturday to attend a family holiday party. I then became told that she would not be here till the day of my surgery. She would be leaving on Friday morning and would not be coming back. I got very upset. 1, you're changing plans. 2, anything and everything about their father triggers me. I felt abandoned. You're choosing him over me. I'm having surgery and you're choosing him over me. The year before, 2022, their father ended up being admitted to the hospital on Christmas Eve. Those kids flew out of this house so fast, made my head spin. He ended up being in the hospital, I think, for 2 or 3 days under observation. And then he was released without nothing happened. They just sent him home. My kids left. I didn't see him again. They went and spent the holidays with their father and spent it sitting in the hospital and then spent it at home in his house. I was told, Mom, you know that if it was reversed and it was you, then we would have been with you, blah, 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 blah. Well, here it is. It is reversed this year. I'm the one having surgery. I'm actually having surgery. He didn't have anything done. And you're telling me that you're rushing out of here to go spend cutting your time with me after having surgery to go be with him. This came on top of discovering earlier that day that my 30-year-old autistic daughter, who I had been looking forward to spending the holidays with, had tested positive with COVID and would not be able to come visit. So I've already lost 1 kid due to COVID. Now I'm losing the other 2. I got triggered. In the past, as in a year ago, I would have started ranting and raving. I would have started screaming. I would have basically thrown a temper tantrum. Because child Heather, one of my many parts, would have risen to the surface because she's the one who feels abandonment. She's the one whose mother left her alone when she was 7 and then again when she was 11. And now my children are abandoning me. I need them and they're not going to be here. I did not react that way. I was able to try and keep it together for the most part. I did start to cry. I didn't yell. I didn't raise my voice. I made some comments about it's just no matter what I do to try to be fair to their father, to try to give him equal footing, he always has to take more. It's never good enough. He can never be equal. He can never be unselfish. I made a very important decision that day, that from here on out, I will just be telling my children, these are the plans, this is what's happening. It's your choice whether you're going to be here or not. You decide, you choose. Do I think that I'm going to get the short end of the stick? Yes, I very much believe that. I very much believe that they will continue to let their father intimidate them, threaten them, manipulate them to have them be with him over being with me. Does it upset me? Oh, you sure as hell better believe it does. Does it make me angry? Yep. Do I think I'm going to be able to handle it? I have no flipping clue. No idea. Doubt it, but I don't have a whole lot of faith in myself. And I don't like to make promises that I don't know that I can keep, because I have made so many promises in my life that I have ended up breaking that I don't do it anymore. Let me grab a drink of water. So that is how I became triggered. That's what started it. Feelings of abandonment, sudden change in plans. And then to top it off, after that, my husband had to decide that getting drunk would be the appropriate way to deal with the situation, which just intensified those triggering feelings for me. I had no art room to escape to because the art room had been transformed back into my daughter's living quarters while she was visiting. So my diamond painting was regulated to the living room, which is where he was drunk, where the confrontation was taking, and it was a very vulnerable place. It was not a refuge. It was not some place where I could take refuge and I could, I guess, hide and compose myself. So I left. I ran out of the house. No car. In my nightgown. I left. My daughter came after me, tried to talk me down. I yelled at her. I told her to get the hell away from me and leave me alone. Because another one of my parts, teenage Heather, my protector, my savior, my defender, my champion, had shown up, and she was doing everything she could to protect child Heather from being hurt. So I went and I walked for a while until I was able to calm myself down and regulate my emotions again. And then I came back home. I look at it as a win because I didn't cut myself, which I am a cutter. I haven't cut myself in, I think, about 9 months now. But I didn't cause physical harm to myself because I was able to de-escalate my emotions. When I cut myself, when I have cut myself, it's because the emotional pain that I'm feeling is so intense that the only way I can deal with it is to cause physical harm to myself so that my mind refocuses on that instead of the emotional trauma that I am enduring at the time. So the goal is for me to be able to emotionally regulate myself. That's where diamond painting comes into play. When I have access to it and I have my room that I can escape into, I focus. When I get upset, I diamond paint. I have to concentrate on what I'm doing and focus on, what symbol am I doing? What color am I doing? Where does it go? That it allows my mind to stop fixating on my emotional pain and concentrate and fixate on the diamond painting. It allows me to refocus my energies. It allows me to take a step back, let the emotional pain go, and focus it on the painting in front of me. Now, there are times when that ends up entailing with me kitting up a new kit. And that could be that because whatever I was working on previously is too dark, too complicated, too simple. It's not checking off a box for me with that. That I end up picking something else and starting it anew, which is kind of a metaphor. It's kind of like I'm starting again. I'm making something fresh. I'm freeing my emotions and starting over with them. I don't know. I'm trying to be all like zen and poetic here. Diamond painting has literally saved my life. There have been times that without it, I might have gone further than just cutting myself. There have been times where I've thought, what's the point? And then I literally will look at my stash and be like, oh my God, I have all these diamond paintings to do. I can't check out. Who's going to do all my diamond paintings? They're just going to throw them all away, you know. And I laugh about it, but I mean, in all actuality, that is a thought that has crossed my mind. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, when your spouses go and say, don't you have enough diamond paintings? Just be like, no, because the more I have, then the longer I need to live. End of story. That's kind of how I look at it. You know, I've got enough diamond paintings, for example, to last me for 20 years. So you know what? I got to stick around for 20 more years, minimum. Oops, I need to buy some more because I want to be around for 30, you know, etc. Whatever it takes, people, whatever it takes. I don't know where I would be today if I hadn't found diamond painting. I wish I had found it many, many more years ago. I wonder how my life would be. Would it be any different if I had tried diamond painting sooner? Or did diamond painting come into my life right when I needed it? We all have triggers, whether we suffer from serious mental illness or mental disorders, or whether or not we just simply have panic attacks, which there's nothing simple about having panic attacks. I have panic attacks. There is definitely nothing simple about that, so please don't think I am belittling them. Do I know what it means to be schizophrenic? No, I have no idea. I don't want to know. I know what it's like to have major depression. I know what it's like to have bipolar disorder. I know what it's like to have borderline personality disorder. I know what it's like to have all of those things. I don't know what it's like to be schizophrenic or a paranoid schizophrenic. You know, I don't know. Do I function through every day as best I can? Do I handle everything to the best of my ability? Oh, fuck no. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Every day, I am a work in progress. I am my own whip. I am my own whip. I am my own work in progress. And I am doing the best that I can every day. One drill at a time. One kit at a time. One emotion at a time. I talked about different parts. I kind of mentioned this last week about how it's kind of like dissociative identity disorder, except that you know you are fully aware of your parts. We all have parts. Every single person has different parts that make them a whole. There are plenty of us that have parts that sometimes act childlike. That's us having our child self come into play. Some of us can get downright nasty about things at times. That's another part. Each part of yourself makes you a whole. And there's nothing wrong with having those parts. It's about not letting any single one of them take control over the others. I have 4 very distinct parts, and then one part that kind of crosses over and manifests with other parts. I have childlike Heather. Child Heather, she needs love. She needs someone to love her, to take care of her, to be there for her, to let her know that she's going to be safe, that she's going to be okay. I didn't have that as a child. My mother did not show me love. My mother did not comfort me. She did not tell me I was going to be okay. Nothing I ever did was good enough. That's just how it was. I spent the majority of my childhood trying to make my mother proud of me till I finally realized as a teenager that that was never going to happen. No matter what I did, it was never going to meet her standards. So screw her. There's teenage Heather. She's the one that says, screw you, Mom. She's the one that tells the world to go screw themselves. She's going to take care of child Heather. She's going to take care of herself, and everyone else can go F off. Then we have Mama Bear Heather. She is just that, a mama bear. She is the mother of her 3 children. She is the woman who would move heaven and earth to be there for her children, to help her children. And God help you if you ever hurt my kids or stand in their way. Then there's that dreaded part that my therapist likes to call wisest Heather. We actually had therapy today, and we discussed that again. And she said, how about if we just call her grown-up Heather? And I was like, all right, that'll work for now. Still don't like it, but that'll work. I've been thinking about renaming childlike Heather to badass Heather, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should teenage Heather be badass Heather? Because I think she's pretty badass. So let me know down in the comments. Should we rename teenage Heather to badass Heather? Inquiring minds want to know. Teenage Heather / badass Heather, she fights and argues with grown-up Heather a lot. Because grown-up Heather tries to reassure childlike Heather that it's okay, that it'll be okay, that she just needs to feel the pain and deal with the pain, and it will subside. But while I am trying to do that and tell myself that, I think I put the wrong color in the wrong spot. Yes, I did. Okay. Sorry. I put the 7s, the color for 7 on the 4 symbol. That's okay. We're going to fix it. What was I saying? Oh, she argues and fights with adult Heather because she wants to continue to just fight and protect child Heather, whereas grown-up Heather is trying to teach childlike Heather that it'll be okay, to just comfort her and be there for her. And whoops, that one went away. And that means that I have to go through the pain. I have to feel the pain. And Teenage Heather is like, screw that crap. You get angry, you get mad, you get even. So they bump heads a lot. They fight and argue a lot. Now, I said that there was another part of me that is indeterminate. That is the I don't give a crap part of Heather. And we're not quite sure where she falls into the grand scheme of things. You know what? These I'm just going to slide over here onto the 7s that they should have been on. We're not quite sure where she fits into the grand scheme of things, because she's kind of like a mix of grown-up Heather and teenage Heather. If they got married and had a baby kind of deal, there'd be the whatever, I don't give a flying. That's when I become indifferent. I'm just like, whatever. Talk to the hand. Does anybody say that anymore other than me? I'm so out of date. It's not funny. But that's, you know, kind of. Okay, can I just say that my least favorite thing in the world to do is remove drills off a canvas? Oh my God, I hate it. Okay. That's why when I hear about people that do a canvas and then they go back and decide to change out things and enhance it, I'm like, how? Why? Why would you ever want to sit there and try and take drills off on purpose? You know, for fun. No, it's horrible. Don't do it. Sorry, my little rant there. So I'm not quite sure where she fits into the grand scheme of things. But, and she doesn't really have a name. I mean, I guess I don't give a shit Heather is okay for now. And that's usually just when I decide that it's not, I don't have the time or the energy or the mental capacity to deal with the BS. All right, now let me see if I can put the correct color down here. Oh, look, that's amazing how that works. And you know what I just realized? I had put the right color down. Oh my God, people. I am an idiot. See, that's what I get from having really crappy lighting and not seeing what I was doing. So I took all of those off and they were all correct. And now I've put them all in the hole for the 7s. Oh my God. I blame all of you. You know why? Because I don't want to deal with it myself. I don't want to admit that I was that stupid. Oh my dear Lord in heaven, people. Breathe. Just breathe, Heather, breathe. Oh my goodness gracious me. And then I just put 2 different colors on there. I just can't. I can't even believe that I did this. Sorry, I'm a little like preoccupied right now. I'm almost tempted to just say screw it and come back to it and sort these out. But I don't want to. Because now I'm like having difficulty seeing the different ones. Like they're all mixing together. My eyes are going wonky. All right, we're going to set that to the side. I will deal with those two symbols later. Let's pick a different symbol. Okay. We're doing J, people. We're doing J. Okay. So my goal in my journey is to find a way for all of these different parts of myself to come together and be able to function together. Whereas there are people that when things happen to them, there are those that it just rolls off their back. Okay. The washing machine broke. I got to call a repairman. We got to go buy a new one. You know. Okay. I can't do that. That happens and I'm like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Why is it that this shit keeps happening to us? I can't take it. I don't know how it becomes end of world scenario. I have gotten better to the point that I'm able to talk myself through it a lot. A lot of times, literally, my response is, I'm going to go diamond paint and think about it. And I come and I diamond paint and I kind of talk it out in my head. And the diamond painting is mellowing me out and is comforting me and making me feel like, okay, this is not world ending. This is not the end of the world. Washing machines break. They do not last forever. We can get through this. Got to formulate a plan. What's the immediate need? Well, I got clothes that need to be cleaned. All right, well, we got two choices. One, we have the laundry service down the street that we can take everything to and they will wash and dry it all for us. Or we can take the stuff to the laundromat, wash it, bring it home, throw it in our own dryer. Or we can just stay at the laundromat and wash and dry it both there. Okay, that takes care of the immediate need of getting the clothes clean. That we can take care of. All right, now we got to figure out how to get the washing machine taken care of. You know, and I can break it down into parts. Whereas there are people that can just do that without the emotional catastrophe scenario happening. Yet, not me, not so much. Am I getting better? Yes. Does diamond painting help me? Oh, yes, it does. Some of my best laid plans and scenarios and solutions have come from when I am diamond painting. And that is a fact. Because, like I said, it allows me to focus. It allows me to break it down into smaller pieces. Kind of like dealing with it one drill at a time. One symbol at a time. Break it down into smaller pieces to make it more manageable when I section off my canvas. It literally drives me, I don't know how you guys do it. When I go and I see the people that do not section off their canvases in any way, shape, or form. They don't do release papers. They don't do washi tape. They're not doing the new perforated cover. They just pull off the plastic and go for it. Kudos to you. You guys literally deserve a huge pat on the back, because I'll be honest with you, it gives me anxiety just thinking about doing it that way. The idea that some of you go through and you do all of one color at a time, that just wigs me out just thinking about it. Well, how do you know you're not going to miss some? Because I do it section by section, and half the time I have to come back because, whoop, I missed that symbol when I was coming through. That I can't even imagine doing that on a large scale. It completely wigs me out. I have sectioned off my canvases with washi. I have nothing against it. It's just very time consuming. That I find I like using the release papers. I like release papers more than washi tape, I guess you could say. That it's easier for me, and I like having that straight line. So I do the 2 rows of of release papers at a time. Like when I finish this section, what's going to happen is I will be pulling up the plastic and putting a row of release papers above these to give me a straight edge for the next group of sections that I do. I will also be turning these papers because I actually work with them vertically, not horizontally, so that I'm doing a larger area. So yeah. Well, folks, it's been over 45 minutes now, and I am having surgery tomorrow. And it's been a very long, hard, mentally challenging day. So I am going to let you go. This is where I tell you that if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love to have you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You are all very important to me. I love reading your comments. I love responding to your comments. I love the little online community that we are starting. Hopefully all will go well, and I will be able to film the 3rd part, which that might be the final part. I don't know that I have a whole lot more to talk about. I think if anything, it'll be a much shorter part. But I've really enjoyed being able to share with you my journey. And if I help even one person feel better about themselves, if I can help one person not feel alone or like there's something wrong with them, then I've accomplished my goal. Because that's the whole point behind this series of videos that I've done. Once you hit that subscribe button, it is free. You can then hit the bell to be notified every time I put up new content. Because it is sporadic. I get wild hairs, and there will be some weeks where there'll be a lot of content, other weeks when there won't be as much. All depends on what's going on. Like I said, I did film a few different videos this morning and yesterday so that I have some content to throw up while I am recovering from surgery. I will greatly appreciate and take any and all well wishes and good thoughts. I am very, very nervous. Way more nervous than I was about the original surgery, simply because it's come up very fast. This surgery is really wreaking havoc on my mental health, I will say. Today I've been pretty much a basket case most of the day. I don't know if it's because it's so sudden. I don't know if it's because they don't know, like they're going in on a fishing expedition. Let's go in and let's see what we see and if we can figure out if there's anything wrong. It's not like, okay, well, we're going in and we're going to do XYZ, because they don't know what they're going to do yet. It's possible my surgeon could get in there and he could say, well, I can't fix this. She needs a hand specialist. And they got to, stitch me back up and ship me off to somebody else. They could go in there and they could tell me that they could make it worse. They could agitate the nerve and make it worse. That would be horrible. So that would be really, really bad. You might have noticed, yes, I'm using my right hand today. My pain's been at about a 5 today. Monday and Tuesday, Sunday and Monday, I was at a 10. Both days. It was bad. I was fetal position, crying, couldn't do anything. I felt like I was going to die. It was that bad. Having pain of that nature and of that level wreaks havoc on your mental capacities. And I was in a very, very dark, horrible place. Sunday and Monday. It was really, really bad. Yesterday, I was pretty much pain-free most of the day. Had some mild discomfort. Today, I've been hovering, kind of coming in waves, but we haven't crossed like a 7 is about the highest I've gotten today. I'll take 7 over 10 any day of the week. So, there you have it. Yes, I'm picking out these drills. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and you plan on sticking around and not abandoning me in my time of need, no pressure there. Leave me a heart emoji or a cupcake. I think there's a cupcake. In honor of this adorable kit. Alrighty? So let's do that. All right, I'm going to figure out the rest of these and then I am going to open a new section. So take care, everybody. Down in the description box will be a link to my Instagram page. If you have Instagram and would like to follow me, I'd love to have you there. There is also a link to Buy Me a Coffee, where you can go and make a donation to help support my channel. They are done in $5 increments, I think. Any assistance is greatly appreciated, because I am not monetized with YouTube or anything. So, and things are like really tight right now financially. So any help you could give, I would greatly appreciate, but no pressure. Just you guys subscribing to my channel and being here and supporting me is amazing, and so very, very grateful and thankful for. Take care, everybody. I will be back, and I'll see you soon post-surgery. Bye.